already on week 9. That means we're what? Essentially halfway. A little over halfway through. It's getting real. Oh, man. What could have happened if Chris Godwin had eyes? What could have happened? The money that could have been made.
Tragic.
I don't like the Bills. They had what, a 2-possession lead, and like really could have put the game away, but just kept letting them hang around and ends up coming down to the last drive. But
I felt bad. Bake deserved that Hail Mary. That would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He could not have put it in a better spot. Then again, you don't know like how people are going to end up lining up anyway, so it's kind of just a prayer. But I don't know, man. The Bills, I still don't trust them. Like, they're just so shaky.
I'm sure they'll be. I mean, they're a playoff team for sure, but I just don't. I'm not buying into the hype.
Yeah, you'd think after a couple so-so games, they'd go out and cover a spread.
They signed.
Nope.
They traded for who today? The corner?
I have no idea. I didn't see anything about Buffalo.
They traded for a corner. I can't remember who it was, though. A decent, like a somewhat big name. I have to go look. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that they did beef up the defense a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. I don't. This is the old. Was bound to happen eventually, but still sucks. I don't know, man. It's just like this was such a winnable game, and 5-2 just looks so much better than 4-3. And I mean, we had the lead with like 2 minutes left, had the ball, 3rd and short. All you have to do is run it. If you don't get it, pin them deep. Trust your defense, but we throw it. He fucking domes Jamal Adams. And then it's intercepted, and they're playing from like our 40 instead of within their 10. I don't know. Stefanski's just a fucking idiot sometimes.
What do you do when it's not just putting that game in PJ Walker's hands? Like, it doesn't.
Right. It's
trying to outsmart everybody, I guess.
He always is.
Seahawks look like they're going to come out and score 40, and Browns defense finally showed up. It was 14-0 right off the bat, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It was not looking good.
So they didn't score another touchdown until right at the very end.
I talked about, I forget who I was talking to this about, but just how crazy it is. Like, say the Browns don't fuck that up and they find a way to win that game. Stefanski's 3-0 then with a practice squad quarterback and probably in the running for coach of the year. But then again, what actually happened, he makes a bonehead call, blows the game, and now it's like right back on the hot seat. It's just like crazy how fucking one stupid mistake can just completely flip it. And then I mentioned it last week. Turned into more of a thing after how he played again this week because PJ's thrown like 7 picks in 3 games. I just don't know with Deshaun up in the air how you keep rolling forward with that, especially with how the defense is playing. You're just kind of selling the season if you don't make a move. But what do? We trade a receiver for a 6th-round pick, and we sign Kenyon Drake, and that's the moves they make. So I don't know.
Walker makes plays, but he just fucks up way too bad to offset it. Like the end of that game last week, like the dude can make big time throws, but he just can't get out of his own way.
Yeah, he throws a lot in the dirt too. I mean, he makes like a couple plays here and there, but he's not a great quarterback. It's just the reality at the end of the day. And I don't know. I think they tried getting Brissett, but they traded Chase Young for a 3rd-round pick, and they wanted a 3rd-round pick for Jacoby Brissett. So not going to happen. I think the best offer the Browns made was like a 6th-rounder, which makes sense. But whatever, man. Chance to go 5-3 against the Cardinals. That'd be in a decent spot, and we'll go from there.
Kyler Murray's supposed to be back, I think.
I think whoever the other kid is slated to start because they traded Dobbs.
Yeah.
He's some rookie. I don't remember his name. Probably not good though. This one I don't even care about the game. It just sucks.
Yeah, it sucks bad.
It just sucks when, Rodgers or Cousins or, really good quarterbacks go out like that. Especially Kirk. I mean, he's hated on a lot, but I feel like he's probably one of the more likable quarterbacks in the NFL, like personality-wise.
And they're starting to find their rhythm too. That division's still up in the air.
Yeah, and he was balling even without Jefferson. Him and who was the kid that was going off? Addison.
Yeah, the kid from Pitt.
We're starting to play really well together, and then just unfortunately, you never know when some freak accident could happen. So that's what I try to tell people when they're like projecting out who's going to make the playoffs and who's not, especially for like those wild card teams. Like this could happen to anybody, to like any star player, and it just completely changes everything. They did make a move though. Josh Dobbs is playing all right. Started out pretty good, but it's kind of like leveled off. He's serviceable.
I'm curious to see what he can do with a lot better cast around him.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment, but we'll see. I guess I don't know what their backup situation was, but
screw around and win 9 games or something and see what happens.
I thought they would have went for somebody like Tannehill. Somebody that's like Kirk Cousins adjacent.
I can't believe Vrabel came out and said if Tannehill's good, he's starting after the game that Will Levis had.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's like what Hugh Jackson did after Baker won the first Browns game in 2 years. He's like, "Oh, we'll have to watch the tape and we'll make a decision after we see him practice this week." It's like, buddy, you've won 1 game in 2 fucking years. But yeah, it just sucks. And speaking of, I didn't hear that until now. That's wild because Will Levis played. For your first start, I don't know if you could play any better.
Yeah, I just seen that on Twitter a little bit ago.
To be honest, 4 tuds, no picks. Made DeAndre Hopkins look real good again. 4 catches, 3 tuds. I mean, I don't know how you don't start him Thursday.
Get that passing game opened up, you're going to start seeing old vintage Derrick Henry more.
Something about those quarterbacks that do weird stuff, man. Like he puts mayo in his coffee. Tom Brady makes out with his kids.
Dude,
like it's just always one of those weird ones, man.
What do you think of those uniforms? Titans. Houston Oilers uniforms.
I see a lot of arguments between which franchise should own it, which I don't really know the history of, so I could care less. I think they're pretty sick, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Oilers
did the Titans
moved to Nashville and became the Titans.
So it is their franchise?
Yeah.
So then what is Houston bitching about?
They're Houston, though. the team moved from Houston, and now there's a franchise in Houston.
I saw...
I mean, it's like the Chiefs. The Chiefs also used to be the Texans.
Yeah, I guess that would be like...
That's why they have those goofy, like...
That'd be like the Ravens wearing like a Browns throwback.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. I saw even like the University of Houston and the NCAA has like an alternate jersey that's very similar, and the NFL warned them like, "Hey, stop wearing that shit or you're gonna get a lawsuit." Like, really? It's a college team. You're gonna go after them. It's just
Roger Goodell's NFL.
Yeah. No fun league. This was awesome though. Gotta love this.
Jags wagon again.
made the day a little bit better. Dude, the Jags have won 5 straight. I don't know if people like comprehend or notice that.
Dougie P, man. Don't count Dougie P out. That guy knows how to coach a team.
Yeah.
Pieces are falling together. Everything's looking bright in Jacksonville.
Yeah, they're tough ever since they went to London.
Frustrating one to say the least. They had the recipe. It was right there, just like every other week. They're just going to keep it close and see what happened at the end. All you got to do is take care of the ball. And that's exactly what Mitch Trubisky could not do. Kenny was starting to heat up before he got hurt.
Of course he was. Of course he was.
He always is.
He was liked.
It's been heating up for 2 years now.
He was 1 for 4 before he got taken out.
Let's see what the old stat line was. Could have had a touchdown, but just a miscommunication with Deontay that was annoying. Deontay Johnson hasn't had a touchdown since 2021.
Yeah, by the way, that guy's a bum. He wants to sit there and cry about the refs after he drops like 4 wide open passes.
He actually did have a really good game, though. After that,
still a bum.
He still had 8 for 85, even after he completely fucked up.
What was
first play of the game?
What was Kenny's stat line?
Kenny was 10 for 16 before he got hurt.
How many yards?
73.
Oh, fuck me, dude. He was on a burner.
But actually,
he was gonna throw for 500.
He started off, but was starting to get a little bit of a rhythm. At least, like I said, all they gotta do is keep it close. Just keep it close at the end of the game. Let Kenny do what he does in the fourth quarter. And Mitch.
But like, why does it have to be only fourth quarter production?
They can't fucking move the ball in a scripted offense. That's why it has to be.
Yeah, but only like the first couple drives are scripted.
I'm just like, they can't run a normal paced offense. It doesn't fucking work. They don't get anything. It was the same thing Big Ben's last year. They never moved the ball until the fourth quarter. When they have to hurry up, they're playing from behind, trying to play as fast as they can. It's the only time they move the ball. It's fucking so frustrating to watch. But it was perfect. Script was there. TJ Watt made the big play, knocked him out of field goal range, but then Mitch just throwing up punts.
If Levis plays and Kenny doesn't, you guys are going to lose again.
Kenny said he's playing. Mitch Trubisky canceled his press conference today when Kenny said he's playing.
Jesus. Kenny said he's going to play, huh?
I don't know. We were leading the turnover battle.
Does Tennessee have any good D linemen? I could give him a nice shot. See how those ribs are feeling.
They got I think one of their players either first or second in sacks. I forget his name. But I don't know. That was frustrating. I'd rather see Mason over Mitch Trubisky at this point. That was just fucking horrible.
Money Mitch. Best to ever do it.
They're winning the turnover battle 3-0 before Kenny got hurt. Should not lose a game when you create 3 turnovers.
Commies week was another. It's a tough one again. Always is.
So glad we're done playing them for the rest of the year.
You got 2 wins.
So glad. 2 ugly wins.
You didn't survive. God. I mean, you survived both the trap games this year. It never ceases to amaze me how they make Sam Howell look like fucking Patrick Mahomes when they play each other. I mean, he had 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, dude. Like, he's really not that good. I swear he's not that good.
A little embarrassing.
I swear he's not that good, dude.
Like but offense for sure looked electric. Very few mistakes from Jalen Hurts this week.
How about Julio?
Dude, Julio got his first tutty, man.
That was a big touchdown, too.
Sure was. A.J. Brown, 6 straight games with 125 receiving yards. New NFL record.
Yeah, he's got to be,
Guys,
in terms of
unbeatable.
production, best receiver right now, no?
I gotta
For
check
sure.
some odds really quick.
I mean, Tyreek, like him and Tyreek, I'm gonna put him
Yeah,
on
I
the
guess
same
Tyreek's
level,
probably up there.
even though Tyreek has more yards. Tyreek is fast, but AJ is strong. I hope he just plows over anybody in his way.
Yeah, they kind of got like opposite skill sets, but
Yeah.
both work.
Then, I mean, one of the worst things was them fumbling the ball on the 1 yard line twice. When they went for the brotherly shove, they fumbled it, and then Kenneth Gainwell
Yeah, I
drops the
know.
ball on the 1 yard line.
That shit was all over Twitter.
But then
the brotherly shove has
then they
been stopped.
countered with that, and then came up with another brand new play, and then the brotherly sweep.
It was a fake one.
Faked
yeah.
it, handed it to Swift, and Swift ran it around the outside into the end zone. I mean, can't be
That shit was
stopped.
annoying.
Dude, that was breaking news when it finally got stopped. It was all over Twitter.
Absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe Kenneth Gainwell still has a position in Philadelphia. There were some off the wall talks this morning that Howie Roseman was looking into getting Aaron Donald and Derrick Henry. Oh my, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, they were in serious conversation with the Bears about getting their cornerback, whatever his name was, Johnson.
There's all, dude, the deadline day rumors. It was like the Browns are going to get a package of Terry McLaurin, Jacoby Brissett, and Chase Young. It's like, what are we giving up? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They didn't get their whole team.
I was about to say it's about time to put my Niners future in, but they're still only plus 250 to win the NFC.
Yeah, still not worried about the Niners.
Probably because they just got Chase Young.
Especially with them having Chase Young. Sorry. I mean, head-to-head against Jordan Mailata, 0 sacks, 0 pressures, 0 hurries, 1 tackle.
But that's not when he has Joey Bosa on the other side.
Joey Bosa went up
against
Bosa. Yeah, Nick Bosa went up against Lane Johnson and put up the same stats.
The Niners are so much better when they're healthy.
So are you trying to tell me that Nick Bosa wasn't healthy during the NFC Championship?
I'm telling you, the NFC Championship didn't matter because they didn't have a quarterback.
Oh my God!
Who cares?
Stevens, they legitimately did not have a quarterback. What are you?
Okay, then how was Philly's offense still able to hang 31 points on them?
Because their defense was on the field all fucking day. That's what happens, dude.
They probably had
I'm about to fucking leave this shit. I get so tired of this fucking conversation. Every single fucking time. Bring a better fucking team!
They literally made a rule this year so they can bring a better team, so they can have an extra quarterback in case this happens again.
3 weeks from now. Tune in.
Make it a rule.
3 weeks. Tune in.
I'm not saying that they didn't deserve the win. I'm just saying that's why.
The Niners are frauds. The Browns broke the Niners. Move
on. The Browns
on.
did. This is true. All right.
Beat up. Party will get his feet back on.
This was a stunner. This was an absolute fucking stunner. 24-9.
Chiefs just aren't going to start trying until the playoffs. I'm going to fade the Chiefs every week from here on out. They're going to win games, but I just don't see them.
This was Mahomes.
They're going to struggle to cover.
This was Mahomes' first road division loss of his career.
I just feel like their foot's just not on the gas right now, and they're going to be able to turn it on whenever they want. It just won't be until it gets time to clinch that 1 seed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Are the Broncos getting good? No.
Russ is quietly having a really good year.
Oh my God, that reminds me. I heard the most fucking idiotic take in the history of my life today. They're like, well, it was on 92.3, which is the Brown station. They're like, well, if you guys want an elite quarterback and Deshaun's going to be out, why don't you trade Myles Garrett for Russell Wilson?
There's no way somebody actually said
Dude, so serious, bro. He got hung up on immediately. They were like, "Are you fucking serious, dude?"
Jesus.
Colin Cowherd said trade George Pickens, TJ Watt, and first rounders for the next 3 years to get the number 1 draft pick for Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is not gonna be what everybody thinks he's gonna be, dude. He's folded in every big game he's played.
Yeah, it's way too much hype.
This one sucks because the Bengals are back, dude.
Very much back.
Very much back. Yeah, we kept saying they were beating bad teams, but dude, Joe's healthy and he's doing Joe shit again, which just sucks.
I was gonna put a future on them to win the division when they were. Did they start 0-3?
I think 1-3.
They started.
I was gonna
1-2.
put a. I'm pretty sure they were still the favorites to win the division at 1-3.
Yeah, I mean they're still technically last in the division, but there is still half the fucking season to go.
All of the talking heads are really high on Baltimore. Just don't see it.
I mean, Baltimore hasn't given us much reason to not be high on them, besides that one weird game at Pittsburgh. But
so they've got some. They've got win. They've got a couple. I just don't.
They beat the shit out of the Lions.
Maybe it's just because I only really pay that close attention when they play Pittsburgh, and they always look like dog shit against Pittsburgh. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sold on them.
What was I going to say?
Lamar is going to strike again.
What last night reminded me of, I was kind of like having an internal debate on if Brock Purdy would be good anywhere else. And then I saw Jimmy G play last night and remembered that guy went to a Super Bowl with this team. And Brock Purdy might suck, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you can get. Oh my god, you can get the Bengals at plus 330 to win the division still. Wow.
Yeah, he's allegedly injured and looks like he lost all of his confidence in making mistakes, which he didn't make last year or this year. So I don't know. Bengals back. Rest of the league, Cowboys beat the shit out of the Rams. Saints squeaked one out against the Colts. Finns beat the Patriots, obviously. Jets are still sniffing around.
That game was
ugly ass overtime game.
Set football back 20 years.
Yeah.
Travel a long way for that game.
Panthers got to win, and that one win convinced Skip Bayless that Bryce Young is better than C.J. Stroud.
He is.
Dumb.
He is.
Ravens beat the Cardinals. It was closer than it should have been. Chargers beat the Bears. That game was terrible. Wanted to die. And last night's game was also terrible. Also wanted to die.
And Lions lose to almost anybody else yesterday. Jared Goff was.
All right. Know what time it is? 9:30 a.m. in Frankfurt, Germany.
Chiefs, no. Dolphins by 1.5.
Chiefs 2.5.
I just want to say this is a wild game to be played at fucking 9:30 in the morning, and fuck the NFL for doing that. But
I think the Dolphins are already there.
Chiefs are 2.5 point favorites.
Even after the loss to Denver. Ooh.
I think it's more so that the two like really good teams that the Dolphins have faced, they've gotten kind of smoked. So
also gonna have to see when the Dolphins headed to Germany because the Chiefs aren't going until
the
Thursday.
Dolphins are already there.
Yeah, Steven just said they're already there.
Chiefs aren't going until Thursday, so
bad move.
We might have to
bad move from the Chiefs.
A hefty wager on the Dolphins here.
See, Rams Packers.
Ew. Rams by 3.5.
Packers 1.5.
Giving 3 points to the home team.
What?
Yep.
What? That doesn't make even a little bit of sense.
Vegas knows, man.
The Packers look like the worst team in football right now.
Yeah. Commies going to New England, another stinker, but these ones are tough to guess. So
Even.
In New England. I just give them. Yeah, it's probably. I'll take the Commies by. Wait. These
Wow.
these lines are fucked. Something ain't making sense.
they don't doubt Bill at home, man. They do not doubt Bill at home.
They have one win at home this year.
Chargers, Jets.
Chargers 5.5.
Jets 1.5.
If it's the fucking Jets, dude, I'm done. If it's the fucking Jets are favored, I'm done. I was gonna say
Chargers -3. I put that crazy bitch on there too. Dude.
The plant.
Yeah, everybody's so mad at her, dude.
They're mad at her because there was a picture of her 2 years ago in full Vikings gear.
Yeah.
And now she's just a diehard Chargers fan. All right.
All right. Get into this week. Titans in Pittsburgh.
Oh, we got a fucking banger Thursday night.
Jackson, you're always saying that because this is your team. You know, if you weren't a Steelers fan, this is one of the ones that you look at and go, "Oh, brother."
I actually have not seen what the line is on this. I see Pitt minus, even with Kenny up in the air, Pittsburgh -3.
Well, this was typed. I made this like right after work, so it was like 6 p.m. if he announced by then.
I'll bet you public's going to be heavy on the Titans.
I might be heavy on the Titans, even though it's probably going to jinx it the other way.
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to
If Levis is starting.
Kenny's good. I got faith. Kenny's playing. I got faith.
If Will Levis is playing.
But it very well could. I'm curious to see what the over-under is.
Because
it could be an ugly one.
If it's Patrick Peterson lined up with DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to get cooked.
No, dude, we got Joey Porter Jr. He's elite.
He's going to get called for pass interference.
Elite. I'm curious what the over-under is on that one because this thing screams under.
Yeah, I didn't put the over-unders on this week. Fins and Chiefs, we already talked about it, but I don't know. Every time I bet on the Dolphins, it never goes well, so I'm going to stay away from this one. But
Dolphins can't beat a good team.
That's the concern.
But they hung 70 on the Broncos. And the Chiefs just lost to the Broncos.
Yeah, that spread is juicy.
Browns ain't covering no 8 points.
Browns are not covering 8 points. I would take Arizona +8 all day.
And who are they starting?
DTR or PJ Walker. Are you talking about Arizona?
Who's Arizona starting?
Let's see. What's this fucking idiot's name?
It's his first ever game. There's something about the NFL and quarterbacks first game.
I think it is his first ever game.
There's just beginner's luck in the NFL for some reason. Except for that idiot from
Clayton Tune. Where did he play college ball?
I was hoping Colt McCoy was still there. I would have bet money line if Colt was still in. So.
He's played at Houston. He probably stinks, dude. Not worried about it.
But crazier things have happened.
But all I know is the Browns aren't covering 8. That's all I know. And if they lose, I'll be on suicide watch. Falcons 5-point favorites against old Dobbs and the Vikings.
That'll be a stinker of a game.
I hate watching the
quarterback, new
Falcons.
system. That's gonna be.
Unless is Heineke playing?
I don't know. He did come in at the end of the last game, didn't he? But was that because Ritter got hurt?
I think I like the Falcons if Heineke's playing.
I have no idea. I don't really care to find out with that game, dude.
See Taylor Heineke's Halloween costume.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude is just electric.
Heineke was dressed as a deer, and his girlfriend was dressed as a car, and she had lights on her
headlight tits
on her bosom.
I don't understand this line at all.
It is what it is, man.
Stafford's not hurt, is he? Stafford playing?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's more so the fact that, like, once the Steelers beat the Rams, it was like, oh, okay, they're fraudulent. That's kind of
what you're talking about.
Dome team's gotta go play in the snow this weekend.
Started snowing after work today. I was pissed.
Oh yeah, I was too. Yep.
Commies Pats.
I fucking love the Commies here. Love them.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just played the best game they could have possibly played. Morale's got to be fucking at an all-time low in Bears Saints. Jesus Christ. Seahawks Ravens should be interesting.
Yeah, 5.5. That's a lot of points. 5.5.
It is. I kind of like the Hawks to cover that one.
I think the Ravens will handle it just like they did Detroit.
Yeah, I guess Lamar kind of had a stinker Sunday. He might bounce back a little bit.
Oh, dude, I almost forgot. Did you see Odell smashing his helmet and crying while his team's up 2 scores because he didn't get the ball?
Yeah, dude.
Well, hey, look how that worked out for AJ Brown.
I mean, Odell's been doing this for 10 years now, dude. Odell's got purple hair, throwing temper tantrums on the sideline while his team's winning.
That guy stinks.
AJ threw a tantrum week 2 and he breaking records out here now.
Okay, well, I mean, AJ Brown's at a little better spot in his career than Odell is.
Yeah.
Odell's a wide receiver 3, dude.
Odell's been mad ever since Joey Porter Jr. told him to go start playing.
Bucs Texans. In Houston, I kind of like CJ to bounce back and take a dub here. Like the Texans.
Don't have faith in Big?
Yeah, he sold me on Thursday. I mean, honestly, that game isn't even close.
Baker's overcooked.
If Mike Evans doesn't catch a touchdown off the dude's fucking helmet,
yeah,
they don't even cover. As much as I love Baker, I think Texans could be interesting though. Late Sunday, the first 2 games suck. Like even as I was typing it out, and then the third game, I don't know how that didn't end up as one of the primetime games. That's kind of stunning to me.
Oh no,
some pretty 99% of the people watching football in the afternoon is going to be on the Cowboys Eagles.
Yeah, nobody's watching those other games at all. We don't even got to talk about them. In Philly though, fuck, I really wanted to say
Michael Parsons went on his podcast and said, "Let's make this a home game for Dallas." My ass. I was at this game last year.
That
was as far from Dallas as you could ever get.
I will not take Cowboys in Philly, but when they play at Jerry World, I'll be on the boys.
It's definitely a home field advantage thing. Both sides. We can't win in Jerry World for some reason, and we just wreck the Cowboys in Philly.
Yeah, I think Eagles should win, should cover. I might, if I do take it, I might by a half point just so a field goal covers just in case, but they should handle business. Jackson, you say you're taking the boys?
I like Cowboys are playing fucking tough, man.
They've been playing
Cowboys
stinky
haven't beaten a
teams
good
too,
team
though.
this year.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna give anybody the fraudulent, if you look at their schedule, they beat the Chargers and then they beat the Rams. Like,
we'll see. I'll have to look into that one. That might be
they
an
lost.
over on the game. I like.
They
I like
lost
points in that
to
game.
San Fran by 40.
That they did.
Fucking 40. That's when I lost a lot of faith in them after that game.
Dude, this NFL season has taught you nothing, it is you cannot look at the past, man. It doesn't make any sense.
We got Jalen Carter back this week. We got Cam Jurgens back at right guard. The lineup's healthy again.
There'll be a lot of points in that one, I think.
All right. I actually have a banger of a Sunday night game, believe it or not.
The DeMar Bowl.
Yeah, somebody had to say it, didn't they? Somebody had to say it.
Is DeMar active for this game?
I would believe so, right? He's been active for most of the years.
Aaron Hernandez was listed as questionable, though, so game time decision.
Aaron Hernandez is questionable. Was that what you said?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. In Cincy, I gotta take.
Yeah, I cannot go against.
Oh yeah, Cincinnati for sure. I mean,
yeah, I gotta think.
Bills have been looking rough lately.
I'm gonna say though, if there's one week that I'm ever rooting for Buffalo, it's fucking this week. As much as I don't think they're gonna win in Cincy, I will be ecstatic if they do, because that keeps the fucking Bengals in the basement of the division for the time being. Not a terrible game either. Could be interesting.
Ooh.
Or could be a worse Monday night game like last week.
I like the Jets.
I do too.
Jets are frisky.
Yeah, they got a little.
They beat Philly. I mean, like, come on. They can beat Philly. They can beat the Chargers.
Never mind. Give me the Chargers.
Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Jets got someone to play. Jets got something to play for. They can sneak in a wild card spot. Aaron Rodgers has like the 7th or 8th best odds to win comeback player of the year now.
Wow.
Like the Jets, I think the Jets should. I don't know. They just have no offense. Like,
this just seems like a game that the Chargers find a way to lose. I don't know why.
it's true.
I like the chart, but I swore to myself, never again. They are on the no bet list forever.
I mean, my thing is, like, if I'm gonna take the Jets plus the points at home, you might as well just take the money line. But I don't know, man. Fucking terrible.
I'm gonna have to find out what the 5-unit block of the week is this week. 2 for 2 on it these last couple weeks. Feeling real hot.
Yeah, we might have to check the Twitter for our picks on this one because I'm torn right now.
Gotta find a good dog this week still.
I thought you had the Finns.
Oh, God. He wasting the dog at 9 o'clock in the morning. But, I don't know. The more
Let's go back.
The dog goes back in his cage
Sunday,
by noon, man. I mean, come on.
We got any dogs here? You got
Josh,
what about LA?
Might be the dog.
What about
Josh
LA?
Might be the dog. Oh yeah, for sure.
Commies.
Yeah, that's a lock.
Yeah, you said Commies too.
There's a few good dogs on this slate. Jordan Love ain't winning that game.
Yeah, Jordan Love sucks. It's real bad.
Is there any home dogs?
I don't think so. Baltimore, New Orleans, Pats, Packers, Falcons, Browns. That's a neutral site.
Oh, favorites. Panthers.
What the fuck? No home dogs. That sucks.
Panthers are. And then this
Hey.
one, home.
Jets.
Jets.
Jets are home
Jets,
dogs.
home dogs.
Oh fuck. There's a
Steelers
couple
are
good
favored.
There's a couple good dogs this week. We'll have to see. Getting the lab cook something up.
Well, I forgot to put a slide on here for it, but NBA news. James Harden's been traded again
Yep. Goodbye.
to
Clippers.
the Clippers, who now have Westbrook, Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi.
I'll tell you what that team has.
All
they got
four,
fucking osteoporosis.
yeah, and all four of their contracts expire at the end of this year. So I don't like if they don't find a way to win it this year, it's just gonna be fucking blown up, and they're gonna have no assets.
Fucking average age of 75 on that team.
But yeah, I think Philly learned the hard way, just like Brooklyn did,
Yep.
just like Houston did. James Harden's a bum. And as soon as he gets a little bit uncomfortable, he just forces his way out. Puts the fat suit back on.
Yep. That beard adds 10 pounds, and that fucking gut of his adds 20.
Dude, he's got a fat suit that he wears.
Jesus. Fucking
I
glad
fucking
that
hate
fucker's
you,
out
man.
of Philly. Jesus.
All right, I think that is going to do it. Go Browns. Go Jets. Go Bills. Go Cowboys.
Ain't losing Thursday. Ain't losing.